show. No rules, no regulation. Just some real spit, some real talk. So we better take this ride as we get ready to take off. Let's go.
Welcome once again, podcasters. You tune into the Just Us Show. I am one of your hosts, Woody. Got my man Vaughn here. Vaughn, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, everybody? I want to welcome you guys to the third show today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, once again, we're happy to be here again. You know, y'all keep listening. Y'all keep giving us comments. Y'all keep giving us questions. Whatever it is y'all need, whatever it is y'all may want to hear, man. We're here to do that. We're here to serve y'all. So today is going to be an extra special show. As y'all can see, we're doing this on a Monday instead of our normal Tuesday because in studio we have a very special guest tonight. You know, hopefully he'll be doing this with us more. My man Ant, go ahead and say what's up to the people.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First thing, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. Tonight, Monday Night Football, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots in New England. Y'all know me, man. I've never been a fan of New England. I'm looking for Buffalo to win this game tonight. I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully, if Buffalo can get in there, control the ball, run the ball well, control Tom Brady, control Gronk, I think they can go ahead and pull it off. I'm going to go ahead with the upset tonight. I'm going to go ahead and call it 24-17. Vaughn, what's your prediction for tonight?
I'm going to go ahead and call you on the fact that you're not a New England fan because I do recall somebody at the First Take studio last year when they came to town rooting for the Patriots.
Man,
do I recall that right? Am I right?
No, you're right about that.
You even reached for extra Patriots t-shirts that they were handing out. The free shirts. The free Patriots shirts, you reached for 2 or 3 more shirts.
Okay, man. All right, we'll go ahead and get in the background of this. First of all, First Take came out here for the Super Bowl. So,
everybody knows that.
So we definitely had to go. I was definitely not going to root for Seattle. So
you could have rooted for the NFC.
The lesser of two evils to me was the New England Patriots. That's the only reason why I was rooting for them. But I'm not a New England fan. Never have been. Never will be.
Okay, that's a little suspect. But I'll go ahead and accept that answer right now.
What's your prediction for tonight?
Well, I am a Giants fan, and so I have the fact that we lost to New England last week by 1 point is still kind of a soft spot for me. So I'm gonna go with Buffalo 28, New England 17.
Not bad. And what's your prediction for tonight?
I'm going to have to go with Buffalo. Being a Raider fan, I can't really root for the New England Patriots. So
Definitely.
I'm a Tom Brady hater, so it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I really don't know what the score is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to put something out there. Let's see. I'd say 31-17.
31. Ooh, that's a big loss at home for New England. But you know, I like it, man. Like I said, these are all just predictions. These are just what we think. So if y'all want to disagree, or we'll see tonight. We'll see how it plays out. So by next week, either all 3 of us will be wrong or all 3 of us will be right.
Well, I'll tell you why I think they're going to win. If you watched the game last week with my Giants, even with our defense being not as good as it's been in the past, we hit Tom Brady several times. He was sacked 3 times. He was pressured over 11 times. He was knocked down around 9 or 10 times. So with Buffalo's front four, with their front four alone, they should be able to get after him and put some hits on him. And if they can pressure him with that suspect offensive line, because we proved that, JPP and all of them,
right.
that line is suspect. They don't have Edelman anymore, and they don't have Deion Lewis.
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and say that Buffalo's going to get it done tonight.
Well, I hope so because, I mean, I know I was reading somewhere the other day that all the different lineups that New England has already had so far this year. So, I mean, it's not really so far-fetched to think that someone can get pressure on them. And as you saw with your Giants was able to come in there and really pressure Tom Brady. And I think the thing with Buffalo has the guys up front that they can put hits on Tom Brady. They can pressure Tom Brady. I think what happened was when they played him the first time, they were riding high on that whole Rex Ryan emotion, and New England went in there and basically shut them down. So I think them getting embarrassed in front of their home fans, I think plus having a little bit of time for the season to kind of sink in, I think this is the perfect time for Buffalo to play New England, and I think they can possibly come away with a win tonight. So that's what I'm hoping. I think that's what we're all hoping. We're in agreement here. So hopefully that's kind of how it works out. Moving on. I know it's been a week removed now, but the Cam Newton celebration, I don't know if you guys have heard, but it's been getting a lot of flack out there. People are talking about it was a little bit too long and maybe he shouldn't have did it, whatever.
Taste, unsportsmanlike, yeah, whatever.
Right, and I just put this out for myself, man. They always say in sports the hardest thing to do is to hit a baseball. That's one thing they always say, and I disagree. I think that may be like the 3rd hardest thing to do in sports. To me, the hardest thing to do in all the sports would be to score a goal in a soccer game. I don't know about y'all, but I rarely ever see anybody scoring in soccer, but not a soccer fan. I'm just telling you that's what I think is the hardest thing.
And where are you going with this? Because you kind of throwing me off right now.
I like soccer.
No. What I'm going with. Every game you watch somebody hit a baseball, but you'll watch 60, 70 minutes of a soccer match, and they may score one goal. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't want to get off subject with that.
I think you already are.
But I'm going somewhere with this. Stay with me.
Okay.
So, like I said, I think the hardest thing to do in sports is to score a soccer goal. I think the second hardest thing to do in sports is to score an NFL touchdown, especially as a quarterback. Especially the way if you watch that play where Cam scored on Tennessee, he had to go through like 4 or 5 guys just to get into the end zone. So I think we kind of get jaded, and I think we kind of take it for granted when we watch teams like the Patriots. We watch the Raiders, how they're doing it. We watch Arizona. We watch Pittsburgh.
We watch the Giants.
Like the Giants, Eli and New Orleans. Drew Brees just had a shootout a couple weeks ago. We see that, and we see all these guys putting up all these points at a record pace, and we take it for granted. We think it's easy. But I think it's the hardest thing to do the second hardest thing to do in pro sports. So Cam Newton, if he gets into the end zone and basically goes through some guys to get into the end zone, let him take however many, they said it was like 10 seconds long of him celebrating. I mean, my thing is this. Yeah, he's going to celebrate for 10 seconds, but that team, Tennessee, the way they were whooping them, you got a whole week, you got 7 days to digest those touchdowns. So you can't, I don't buy that whole, he celebrated too long, this and that. And second of all, with pro sports, especially the two that I see the most is baseball and football. For some reason, everybody's talking about you don't want to disrespect the game. You don't want to disrespect the game. I mean, it's just it is what it is. It's a game, man. Saying you don't want to disrespect the NFL or you don't want to disrespect baseball, that's like saying you don't want to disrespect Twister or Yahtzee or Connect Four. It's all just a game, man. Well, let these players have fun. That's what we as fans we want to watch and we want to see that. So let the players celebrate when they need to. Go ahead, Vaughn.
Well, I'm gonna go with a much simpler, shorter, sweeter answer. The answer that Cam gave. If you don't like it, keep me out of the end zone.
Exactly.
If you don't like him celebrating, don't let him score. You got 11 guys on the field that had an opportunity to stop him from getting in the end zone. None of you could do it. So if he wanted to celebrate, let him celebrate. It didn't get long and drawn out until the linebacker from Tennessee came up, took in front of him.
Yeah.
He had already finished.
Yeah.
Until the linebacker was mad because he scored, came in and told him he didn't appreciate it or whatever he said on the field. But either way, if you don't like it, don't let him get in. Stop him. Goal line stand. Shut him down. End of story. No touchdown celebration. No dance. Everybody's happy.
Right. I mean, like I said, you don't want to turn the NFL into the no fun league. So it is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Last Saturday, if y'all seen it out there, was a great fight. On pay-per-view, it was between Canelo Alvarez and Miguel Cotto. Great fight. Canelo ends up coming out victorious on that fight. And I know you saw the fight. I know you were into it. So what was your take from that fight? What did you see that you liked, didn't like, whatever?
It was a good fight, man. I don't want to really root for my boy right here because he hasn't seen the fight yet. But
yeah, thank you. Since Woody didn't seem to realize that after I said it 5 times, hey, I haven't seen the fight. Let's not talk about it. But go ahead, let's discuss it.
It was a good fight, man. I mean, but from what I seen, I was kind of disappointed in Canelo because Canelo he looked real slow. Mm. I mean, he was getting hit. I mean, he was dodging a few punches here and there, but he was getting hit quite a bit. And Cotto, you can see how much quicker he was than Canelo. And honestly, if Cotto could have more power behind those punches, man, he could have really hurt him. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, the fight that really impressed me was the one before that. It was between Takashi Miura and Francisco Vargas, man. Oh, wow. Man, that fight was, I tell you what, throwing some bombs the whole way through the fight. Man, it was, you thought it was going to go one way, but then something happened at the end. I don't want to give it up, but it was some fireworks in that fight, man. And
I think that's good. I think that's what boxing fans, they want to see. They want to see 2 guys get in the ring and slug it out, and just basically throw everything they got at each other. So, I think that sounds like it was a great fight. Moving on. Well, back to Canelo. Since he's now victorious, what do you think is next for Canelo? Who do you think would be a good fight coming up for Canelo? Do you think Canelo could ever reach that level of a Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather where they're making the mega fights, the super fights? What is your opinion on that?
I think he can, but I know everybody's going to expect me to say Triple G is going to be his next fight, but I don't think so. I think if he's smart enough, and I think De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, I think they're smart enough to know that right now it's too early for him to reach out that far. Because number one, Triple G's too big. I mean, he's powerful. I mean, if you really look at the fights that Canelo's won, I mean, he's
always probably been the bigger guy.
Right, yeah, he's been the bigger guy with more power, but Triple G,
power in both hands.
Yeah, and he's
can
fast.
box, can brawl, can do it all pretty much. So I don't see, like he's saying, I don't see them setting Canelo up to fight Triple G that soon. Even though I heard after the fight Canelo called him out because Triple G is too strong, like you said. He's very dangerous. He's on a 30-some-odd knockout streak?
Yeah, something crazy.
Wow. He has won every fight by knockout for the past 30-some-odd fights. So it's not somebody you really want to test, and you haven't knocked anybody out in a while. And the last person Canelo knocked out, I mean, the dude he fought, I cannot remember his name right now.
Was it Kirkland?
Yeah, Kirkland. Kirkland's a brawler. Kirkland will stand there stationary. Kirkland will let you hit him in the face as long as he can throw his shots off. If it wasn't for Canelo landing the punches first, then Kirkland probably would have knocked him out. But Kirkland's a stationary target. And he doesn't want to move. He wants to brawl. So he was easy to beat.
And not only that, but Kirkland too. When they fought that fight, he had that was his first fight without that.
Without Ann Wolf. Without
that trainer, he looked like crap. Man.
He has lost every fight without Ann Wolf as his trainer.
Yep.
So with that said, who knows? I think Triple G is way too much of a match for him right now. I heard they want to fight at a catch weight of 157. If they fight at a catch weight, even Triple G coming down a couple pounds, he's still, by the time they weigh in and the fight starts, he's going to be heavier than that catch weight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still powerful, and he will knock Canelo out.
I think it'll be a good fight either way. Hopefully they get it done soon, so we don't have to wait like we had to wait with the whole Mayweather Pacquiao fight.
I don't think you'll wait 5 years. That won't happen.
I hope not.
I think Canelo will want to fight him tomorrow, but I think Golden Boy and everybody behind Golden Boy Promotions are not going to let him do that.
They're going to go the safe pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on to the NBA right now. Everybody out there knows Golden State, defending NBA champion. Right now, they're 15-0.
Yes, they are.
And they go into the game Tuesday night against my beloved Lakers, and it may sound like the dumbest thing I've ever said on this podcast, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyways. I'm kind of a bold person myself, so I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna throw this out, and I'm gonna predict. This is my bold prediction. Maybe of the year, especially if it happens, man. This would be crazy. But my bold prediction is don't laugh. Is I'm gonna take the Lakers to beat Golden State in Golden State to end the run. That's just my bold prediction. Now, what do I have to go by? Has the Lakers shown any signs? No, the Lakers haven't shown any signs. They've been getting blown out. I mean, the games have been looking bad. I mean, they've been a little competitive, but never threatening to win. So. Especially in the end, we fall apart. And, anyone who's watched Golden State knows they seem to get stronger as the game goes on. So, but I'm going to go ahead and say, man, I'm going to go ahead and hope. I'm going to hope that Golden State overlooks the Lakers and the Lakers end up stealing a victory in Golden State. That'll make my year, man. Whatever else happens from this point on, beating Golden State, stopping this run will make my year, man. So I'm just go ahead and throw that bold prediction out.
So by some chance, would Skip Bayless happen to be related to you? Can I call you Skip Woodford for that comment?
Hey,
You're just
Skip
as
is
bad
lucky
as
he's
Skip
related to
Bayless
me.
and the Dallas Cowboys. There's no way that Golden State will lose to the Lakers. I promise you they won't lose to them.
Look,
I'm not
man.
even a Golden State fan. Golden State just beat my Nuggets last night.
We're not talking about the Nuggets. I'm talking about the Lakers.
We're talking about the Nuggets. We need to talk about the Nuggets. They beat your Lakers, what? Every time they play them?
Who has to beat our Lakers?
Exactly, man.
But point being.
I mean, hey, I don't hear no Brooklyn fans talking. We beat them. I don't hear no Brooklyn fans talking.
How do you know he's got a team, man?
Point being, you were going over the top. You're just like Empire with that prediction. You're over the top, ridiculous statement that you just made.
Man, you know what, man? I'm a hardcore. I bleed purple.
Right? Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm a hardcore Laker fan, die Laker fan, but I gotta agree with the boy right here. Lakers, they're not gonna be able to pull that off, man. The way they've been playing all season, bro, even against teams that they should beat, that are worse, I think are worse than them, they look bad.
You're right. I mean, yeah, like I said, everything that you guys are saying, they're all valid points. And two things can happen: either the Lakers can win this game and shock the world, at least for one night, or they can get blown out by 80. Who knows?
Or they can lose by a lot, or they can lose by a little. You pick. But a better thing to call. I want you to predict this. How many points will Kobe have? What's Kobe's stat line?
For that game, man, I'll tell you this. If Kobe scores 20-plus points, I think that's going to be bad news for the Lakers. But if Kobe somehow can get anywhere between 12 to 18 assists in that game, then I think the Lakers will have a great chance of winning that game.
But why would you need him to get that many assists
Because
if you drafted D'Angelo Russell to be your assist guy?
Man.
Because, look, D'Angelo Russell...
Could it be a Byron Scott thing?
Right now, Byron Scott... Right now, this is just my personal opinion. Like I said about the Celtics a couple weeks ago, man, Byron Scott is not allowing this team to play the way it should play. He's not allowing these guys to develop. He's not allowing Jordan Clarkson to do what he does best. He's not allowing any of these guys to do what they do best. To me, it seems like anytime the Lakers get some sort of a groove, Byron changes up the lineup. Throws in Ryan Kelly and Brandon Bass, and it just seemed like it just stops the run. And we used to talk all the time about watching the Lakers when they were still decent. And they had a guy, Luke Walton, which is ironically the coach of Golden State. And every time Luke came into the game, he would stop the ball, man. He would stop the run. Luke was the Lakers' run stopper, But it seems like Byron Scott is just doing that with his lineups, changing them at the wrong time and things like that. So if anyone's going to hurt the Lakers, it's going to be Byron Scott. Hopefully tomorrow he just lets them play. He lets them do what they can do. Let everybody do what comes natural to them. And I think the Lakers can win that game. That's all I'm saying, man. That's my bold prediction. So we're going to go ahead and move on from there. Once again, this Just Us show is not just centered around sports, even though the last couple of weeks has been sports heavy. We do talk about other things. One thing we're going to move into is we're going to move into music. Von, I know you have a couple things you want to go over as far as music, as far as new music or what have you.
Well, I'll start out with this. This will be a nice little, maybe a little hard to come up with off the top of your head, but we're going to ask you this one question. Who are your top 5 MCs of all time?
Of all time.
And you can go from the 80s, the 90s, which is the era I love the most, to current rappers now.
Okay, well, that's...
You don't even have to put them in any particular order. I just need your top 5.
Well, see, I'm a little different from most, but my top 5, man, I was always a fan of Rakim. Back when it was R&B and Rakim, I always thought Rakim, his lyrical skills were great. So I put Rakim on there. I would have to go after him. Nas is definitely going to be in my top 5. Love him or hate him, I think Eminem.
Wait a minute. Now, a lot of people have been giving Nas some slack because he's done a song with Justin Bieber.
It don't matter.
Does that affect your standing on Nas?
Nah, man, it don't affect me. And you know what? Some people in Hollywood do bad movies, man. and I'm not saying what he's doing is a bad thing, but to each his own. Nas is making money. He's a hip hop artist. Do what you got to do, man. I mean, Nelly did a country song. I mean, you can say what you want about that too,
But you're not really comparing Nas and Nelly, are you?
No, I'm not saying
nothing against Nelly.
No. I'm just saying there's other outlets that, in music that they're just there, man. It depends on what the record label wants. It depends on what the vibe is at the time. But like I said, I don't have a problem with Nas doing that, man. And people that they want to nitpick.
Yeah, it's a lot of the younger cats out there that want to talk about Nas just because people of our era grew up listening to him.
And that's the thing. The younger cats, the same younger cats that like some of this music out here nowadays, that's in my opinion, that's garbage. A lot of it.
Yeah.
So to me, you can't. Like I said, we don't want to go. To me, it's the same argument as someone saying LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan because of the era that he's in. The people that they grew up seeing LeBron playing against now, they didn't know about the Hall of Famers that Michael Jordan kept from getting rings. So, okay. I'm going to discard that. But back to my list. I got Rakim, Nas, Eminem. I think you can't have a top 5 without M. And I know a lot of people may say Biggie. I thought Biggie was good. But would I say he was one of my all-time 5 greatest? I don't know, man. I don't know if I can throw him in there. That's just me. Just me. So my last 2, man, you put me on the spot on this, man. You put me on the spot. My last two, I'd probably go with Big Daddy Kane, number 4 or whatever order you're going in, either number 4 or number 2. And then probably the last one, I'd put Master Ace, man. A lot of people probably don't really remember him, but I always thought he was one of the coldest MCs. But that's just my top 5, man.
That's a good little top 5. It's unique. It's different. It's not what I expected. You know, most people would put Biggie on. Biggie's on my top 5. But the fact that you kept him off and Pac off there, I can give you credit for that.
But see, that's the thing. I think people get caught up with Pac and Biggie, man. I think they get caught up with the whole movement around them and basically the what they stood for as far as just straight lyrics. I'm not saying they did have decent lyrics, but out of them two, I thought Biggie's lyrically was better than Pac, but I thought Pac's impact and delivery was better than Biggie. So, but like I said, they're on yours, you know, whoever somebody else's. So it is what it is. What's your top 5, man?
I didn't even think of my own top 5. I just wanted to ask you that.
You just want to critique mine, huh?
Yeah.
And do you have a top 5?
No, I couldn't think of top 5 right now.
All right.
Well, you named 3 when we already did. I would put it in my list.
I'll give you mine.
Eminem.
Let's go. I'll go Biggie. Biggie's on my top 5. May not be yours. You're on mine. Nas, Redman, Buckshot, and Black Thought.
Yeah.
Those are my top 5 right there.
Well, and like I said, that, you know, lyrically speaking, man, those are.
And an honorable mention. Well, matter of fact, I'll just add extra spot.
You can't. See, but
This is my top 5.
that's not 5. It's not 5. You gotta stop.
And tied for 5th or tied for 1 through 5 is going to be Sean P. One of the most underrated, underestimated MCs to ever pick up a mic, to ever do it. God rest his soul.
Yes,
Rest in peace. Sean P was one of the greatest, one of my favorites. I remember when I saw the whole boot camp back in '96 at Independent Records back home. And I walked in, didn't even know what was going on. Just saw a whole line of people. I'm going to go buy the Helter Skelter album and De La Soul's Stakes is High album. And I see all of them. Buckshot, 5 Foot Assassin, Evil D, Rock, Ruck, Smith & Wesson, the whole LGC, all of them was there. And ever since I first heard them, and I'm talking about Helter Skelter now, that's when Ruck, a.k.a. Sean Price, became one of my favorite MCs of all time.
OGC, original gun clappers for those that don't know. But I mean, that's great. That's great. You know, because I mean, as you were speaking, I'm thinking of Scarface. I'm thinking of Jay Electronic. I'm thinking of so many other people.
There's so many that you had.
Yeah, it's you can't really. I don't think you can ever really narrow it down to top 5, top 10. You know, because you'll always find another one.
Okay, another question for you. Who will be the proverbial king of the South? The greatest Southern MC, in your opinion?
The greatest Southern MC, in my opinion. Man, there's a lot of great ones from, you know, you got the known, you got the T.I.s, you know, I mean, Scarface, you can kind of consider him from Houston, you know, from the South. But in my opinion, I would probably go with 3000, man. I think he was always the coldest. I think he was always on point no matter what he did. Even when he got a little crazy, you know, singing and stuff.
He was like a notch ahead or always a step ahead. He never seemed like he was always transcending. He never kind of...
He was a true artist, man. I mean, he not only was he a hip-hop MC, but he was a true artist, man. So I would put him, you know, the best from the South, man. That's just me. And I know I don't know all of them. So I'm sure there's probably 100... I'm sure people will probably from the South call in and say, man, you don't miss 30 other guys. But, you know, I don't know them all like that. I'm just going off of what I know, so... Who would you say?
Choice. Wow. That's
you know, while you thinking of that, I'm gonna go to my man Ant. What, in your opinion? Because I know if y'all don't know, man. Ant knows a whole lot about West Coast hip hop from the '90s and the '80s and early 2000s.
Probably not right now, but yeah.
Well, no. I'm talking about back then. You know, so who would you say who would be the king of the West Coast in your opinion? Or one of them guys that you think holds it down for the West Coast no matter what, man. Like who would you throw out there, you know?
Man, you know what? Right now I couldn't even tell you right now, man, to be honest with you.
Like, you know, some may say Snoop, you know, because he's been around for so long. Some may say Dre as an MC, you know, because he's been doing it for a while.
Some may say Kendrick.
Kendrick. Nowadays, Kendrick, man. I mean, the Game. Some may throw the Game out there. Another dude that I don't think a lot of people ever heard of, man. This dude named Blue. I don't know if anybody heard the Blue and Exile CD. Matter of fact, I was listening to that the other day, and their first CD came out in 2007. That was a great CD, man. So if y'all never checked it out, man, check out Blue and Exile. 2007. It's called Below the Heavens, man. That's a great album, man. And a lot of people didn't hear it. A lot of people didn't get no play on it, but
because you know when you said something about that, I thought you were talking about Smiles and South Star.
no.
Who the hell is Blue? That's Smiles and South Star?
Nah. Blue's a West Coast rapper, man. I think he's from LA or something. But Exile, he's actually a DJ who does some stuff with like Slum Village and stuff. You know, so
Okay.
the sound is that Midwest. What would you call that sound? What would you call it? You know, it's got the oldies. It's kind of like, it was kind of like the Kanye music. I wouldn't really say before Kanye because Ye been doing it for a minute, but it's kind of like on that same pattern. So if you like that, if you like Slum Village, if you like Lil Brother, if you like Kanye and some of this older stuff, then you'll like that Blue and Exile album. And Blue kind of is hitting on some of the things that like a MC like Kendrick Lamar is doing nowadays. So I mean, real underrated. Nobody probably heard of him, but if you can check it out, Blue and Exile, Below the Heavens, that's a great album. Don't get the second one. The second one was kind of some trash, but the first one was very good, in my opinion. Speaking of, and you know, speaking of albums, a couple of guys came back this year. Scarface, for one.
Deeply rooted.
Deeply Rooted, man. I remember you telling me about that album, and I didn't know what to expect from Face, man. But that's a quality album, man. That's a real good album, and it has that throwback feel to it. So,
But see, Face is never disappointed.
right.
That's why whenever he drops something, I listen to it. I support him. I'll buy it. Because every album he's put out, I've liked it. Majority, maybe 80% of the songs on the album.
Yeah.
So if you got a good 80-20 mix, I can do 20% where I don't want to listen to. I can just skip that. But if majority of the album I can just listen to, I'm always support.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then also The Game, the documentary too.
Which I still haven't heard yet. I'm waiting on.
The Game documentary too. That's also a good album, man. I mean, I'm not really a fan of The Game. I always think for some reason his rhymes come off a little too like he's trying to be too hard or something. I don't know, but they just don't come off as real to me. But that's a good album, man. Beats. I mean, the guest MCs on the album, man. The collabs. That's a great album. So if y'all pick up 2 albums this year, man, those would be 2. You know, The Game documentary 2, and Scarface, Deeply Rooted. 2 good albums of this year. You know. There's plenty more, but we don't have time to get into too many of those.
Since we're on albums, let me ask you this: name the top the 2015 best album of the year. If you had an award show, the Woody Awards.
Woody Awards. I like that.
What would?
Hey man, this album was great. Gave me a Woody, man.
What would be?
Sounds like an actual award.
Yeah, there you go.
The number 1 album of the year.
Oh man, that's hard,
Of
man.
what you've heard.
I've heard some good ones, man. I definitely like that Dre album. The Kendrick album was quality to me. You know, like I said, the Scarface. Oh,
That's
man.
all nice and good. I need one album. I don't need a whole bunch of lists.
If I would pick one out of all of them, man, I would say that Dre album, man. That's just
Compton?
You know, yeah, I would have to go with Compton, man.
Compton would be the 2015 Woody Award year.
Yep, that's what I would give off the top of my head. You know,
Not bad, not bad.
what would you pick?
I've heard so much stuff,
See,
but I'm gonna go with. Well,
No, hold on. You asking me? I'm going off the top of my head, and if you over here scrolling through,
because
to look.
I listen to a lot of
cheating, man.
music, so I gotta go back and look at my notes, just like you looking at that paper on the ground. I gotta look at my notes.
Hey man, they don't need to hear all this.
So my 2015 pick, I would throw Kendrick in there, but I'm not. Although I did like his album, I'm gonna have to say my 2015 pick would be Sean Price, Songs in the Key of Price.
Yeah,
That would definitely be my album of the year.
That was a good one too. But I mean, is that more paying respect for him, or is that, you know?
That goes on the amount of plays that I gave it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, I was gonna say Prime, but Prime dropped last year, so
Yeah.
Cameron thought, and I still listen to that. Big Pete Rock, DJ Premier fan, Royce fan. But I got a new up and comer that you need to check out. All of you out here, especially you, check out Dave East. If you haven't heard about Dave East, look him up. He has a mixtape on Dat Piff called "Hate Me Now."
Why you say especially me, man?
Because you ain't heard it yet.
I know, but you say especially me like I'm
Because I tell you stuff and
Like
then you
I'm
don't listen
missing-
to it, and then it's like, what's the point? Why
I
haven't you tell you?
do listen to him. You give me some all the time and I listen to it. I might have forgot to do
I mean,
it.
anyway,
but-
this back to the people.
Yeah, get that.
The people want to hear about Dave East.
Check out
Dave
Dave
East
East.
mixtape on Dat Piff is if I would give it like the source with 5 mics, I would give Dave East mixtape 4.5.
That good, huh?
to be as young as he is and to have that classic sound, but still being able to switch it up to like the he has a couple songs on it I don't really like because it's that drill type music. But he's able to go like to me he's reaching different groups, different groups of people.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like so. What's that name of the album again? Davies, Dat Pit.
Davies' new mixtape was not new. It's been out for a couple weeks. Hate Me Now.
Hate Me Now. Check it out if y'all can. All right, next up, we're gonna do we got someone we're gonna interview. Friend of the show, man. This is one of the guys, one of the pioneers of what we do right now, man. We used to do this back in the day. My man Said McKeever. Said, go ahead. You on the Just Us Show podcast right now. Go ahead and say what's up to the people out there.
Hey, first and foremost, hello everybody, and it's a pleasure to be on the Just Us Show. It's been a long time waiting. I know these guys right here have been playing this for so long, and so it's a pleasure to be on it, you know?
Yes, sir. That's definitely
so
Said.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody.
We appreciate it, man. We're going to go ahead and start it off, Said. The first things first, man. What's your prediction for tonight's game, Monday Night Football, Buffalo Bills versus New England Patriots? What do you got? What do you think is going to happen? What's your score?
You know, I think I say 27-14 Patriots. I think that Tom Brady is playing at a very high rate. I think the defense is playing very well, and so for my pick, I'm going with the Patriots all the way. And I'm not even a Patriots fan, but I believe they're gonna win.
Okay.
Going against the grain there. All right.
Yeah, we all here, all three of us here, man. We all picked the Bills to win, but you know, it is what it is, man. It's football. You never know. All right, here's another question for you, man. Here's another question for you, man. I know you know a little bit about pretty much everything. I'm not gonna tell you what I said. Not you'll hear when you listen to the podcast. But Golden State right now, man, they're undefeated. They're undefeated. Do you see anybody in the NBA that you think could overtake Golden State? Or first of all, how long do you think the winning streak's gonna go?
Wait a minute.
And the second question, hold on, man.
Fair question. Because you started out with a bold statement. You might as well tell them what your bold statement was. The statement that would probably get you committed if you told somebody outside his house.
Because this is the thing, man. If me and Sam start arguing about something, we'll be on the phone for 45 minutes. So I don't want to get into that. He's our guest. We're gonna interview him, and it's all about him right now. So Said, how long do you think Golden State can go being undefeated? And second question. Do you see any other team as a threat to the Golden State Warriors to win the championship this year in the NBA?
Okay. I think they're gonna break the record. You know, and I don't mean to get at you, Woody, but the Lakers are not that good. Bottom line, they not that good, man. And so they're gonna break their record, man. I believe they play tomorrow. I think they play.
Yeah, they play tomorrow.
I think I don't know how long because I haven't looked at the schedule, but I really think that they may go about 18. I think they may go about 18, man. Cause when you look at Golden State, man, they playing at a very high rate, man. They playing very good. They moving the ball well. Matter of fact, they look like the San Antonio Spurs, the early 2000s San Antonio Spurs with ball movement.
Yeah.
The team that I think that can, that could beat them. All right, and I'm going with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think that they can straight up beat them, and this is the reason why I say that. First and foremost, last year, I think the blueprint, and I won't say no one can stop Stephen Curry, but I think the way that you can handle Stephen Curry is getting in his face the whole time. With Kyrie, when you saw that matchup in the NBA Finals, Kyrie Irving was in my man's face the whole time. And he had my man playing kind of frustrated. And then they used the same deal, the same tactic with Dellavedova. But Dellavedova, at the end of the day, man, he ended up slaughtering them. You know what I mean? A little bit later, you know what I mean? That's Stephen Curry. That is. I think Cleveland Cavaliers can definitely deal with them because I think Cleveland Cavaliers are a deep team. Because I think in order to beat Golden State, you have to have a bench. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But before I add this last note, I think that San Antonio Spurs, that's the other team, but I think that Cleveland Cavaliers can beat them.
Okay, so you think possibly if they get down to it that San Antonio could possibly beat them in the possibly the Western Conference Finals if that's the matchup, and if not, if they get to the finals, you think Cleveland could beat them?
I absolutely believe they can beat up for matchup issue because I think that they can match up. See, the issue was with Golden State last year. Oh, and look at the Cleveland game, okay? And granted, I'm not going to talk like Golden State did not get better, so I don't want to say like they haven't got better.
Right.
But Golden State, man, they can go about 9 on the bench. They can go about 9 players, man. There weren't that many teams that can go about 9. So really, these guys the bench was continuing scoring. The only other team that I see that could do that at the top, I mean, in a proper way was San Antonio Spurs.
Right.
That team can do that. Clippers on paper, they paper tigers, man. I think that I'm keeping it funky, man. LA Clippers, man. They got all the personnel, man. They seem like they just can't match it up, man. They got the bench. They got all that. I think they just can't put the pieces together.
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? And maybe that's a wait and see moment. But as of right now, I don't see it, man. I don't see it at all.
All right,
Houston Rockets, man, you can cancel them, man. Them boys done, man. Them boys done, man. They got problems.
Said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this question. You said they'll go 18 wins, right?
Yeah, I think they go about 18.
All right, 18 puts them losing to the Jazz. Now they don't face.
Okay, they go 19.
They don't
19.
face.
They go 19.
They don't face Cleveland until December 25th, Christmas game.
Yeah, I don't think they don't go
Between there, they face Toronto. They got Charlotte. They got Brooklyn. They got Indiana, the Celtics, and the Bucks twice.
Oh my goodness.
And the Jazz before they face Cleveland on Christmas.
Okay. Then they can go much longer than like I said.
Okay, Sid. Well, here's the next question with that then, Sid. The Lakers right now, you know, my Los Angeles Lakers, they have the record for most wins in a season at 33 in a row. Do you think that Golden State could eclipse that record? And second part of this question, the Bulls 72-10. Do you think Golden State can beat both of them records this year? Because they'll have 3 records that they'll smash this year: the most wins, 33 games in a row, or most wins in a row, and then most all-time wins in a season. Do you think Golden State can get that trifecta?
Man, to get 33 games in a row, man. When you look at when Miami Heat tried to go at that record, man, they was getting everybody's best shot, man.
Right.
I mean, and I think that's a real hard deal to do. And remember when Miami was, what they get to like 29? I could be mistaken. I don't have any of the data before me, man. But that's a real. They're gonna get everybody's best shot, man, and that's gonna be very, very difficult. As terms of the 72, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna just say no, man.
Okay.
I personally don't think that. I personally don't think that they'll get to 72 or get to 73 because I think one they're coming off that championship run, man, and I personally feel like I'm not taking nothing away from Golden State. They played, they won the championship. That's the way I see it. They won the championship, but it was about the easiest route that you can get to win the championship, in my personal opinion. And I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? That was the NBA's fault when they had Ricky. Well, I'm not gonna go into that, man. NBA's fault, man. But I think that people, even though that they were 15-0, I still feel like that people still feel like they had the easy route to the championship, and they're gonna get everybody's best shot. And Cleveland's still salty about that, man, because I believe that if Kyrie, if they had their full lineup, I don't think they're golden. I think it would have been a different game. I won't say a guaranteed win for Cleveland, but I will say that I think it would have been. It probably would have went to a game 7, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I don't think that they're going. I personally don't think that they're going to get to 72 or 73. I don't.
Right, but so you definitely think they're going to win the 16, or they're going to break the record of 15 in a row, 33 in a row.
Yeah.
You weren't too sure with that one, and you're definitely saying a no on the 72 plus.
Yeah, I'm definitely saying no because I think too many things on that 72 it's got to be right. One, you're going to get everybody's best shot. I mean, seriously, you're going to get everybody's best shot because no one want to be on that roster to say that nobody was that, man, hey, this team was 33, 34, and we was on the schedule. So
right.
That's going to be hard. To get up to 72 wins, man, I think you're asking a lot, man, because it's going to be. I think they're going to make a deep playoff run. So you got to start thinking about health. I think health has to be health is always an issue. You know, can you be healthy? And then if you're trying to go for the record, I mean, then you're like, okay, what if we get the record and somebody gets hurt, or what if we get fatigued out? We still got a playoff run. So that's the reason. I think that there's some challenges in the way. Health, one, and then thinking about the playoff run. I just think it's a different type game. I just think that I don't think that they can get to 72. I don't think that they'll get to 72.
Yes.
And if I had to put a number, I would say 69, man. The Lakers, the 69 at most, in my opinion, at most.
Right.
Yeah, he got a good point. It's a different era now. Back when the Bulls went 72-10, it was physical.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't worry about sitting players. Now, these coaches now will rest their players just so they can get to that playoff push because they don't want to have key injuries happening during the season.
Well, last year, and the thing about last year, they won 67 games last year. So I mean, you're thinking about it, man. They all they got to do is win 6 more games to get to 73. So I mean,
But you know what though? Woody, it's. I mean, but think about it though. Them guys, the whole team practically went unhurt, man.
Right.
I mean, seriously, man. I'm not wishing any hurt on anybody. I'm just looking at like my time of watching sports, man, and to do anything like that though, man. I mean, I think for you asking guys to not be hurt, you know what I'm saying? And then what if you? Because everybody's going to get some kind of injury. But then it's like, do I want this lingering injury to go on? I think it's just, in my opinion, I just think that it's just a lot to ask. Because even though it's only 6 more games, it only takes 5 minutes to snap an ankle or to get you know what I mean, a nagging hamstring or you know different stuff. I just think it's different, man. I just think it's a different time, like Ron said. You know, I agree with you, Ron. I think it's a different era. I think it's just too many. I think it's a lot of hurdles, a lot of different things that they have to think about. You know, in today's day.
Definitely. Well, definitely some wisdom from Said. You know, it's always a great time, man, to have you on, man. We have to do it again, do another interview. We appreciate you spending some time with us, man, on the show. Say what's up to the family, man. Much love for all of them, you know. And we'll go ahead and we'll get at you again at another time, man.
Man, hey, thank y'all for having me, man. And congrats on the show. And y'all keep doing it big.
All right. Appreciate it, Said.
All right. Bye.
All right. Once again, like I said, we talk about more than just sports and music and things like that. A couple of TV shows out there, guys. I wanted you guys to talk about. And if y'all have not seen these shows or whatever, like, you know, check them out. Make your own opinion on it if you like it or not. But this is one of the shows that I've been watching lately that I really like, man. I think it's a good show, especially if you like the genre. Is Ash vs. Evil Dead. It comes on Starz Saturday nights. Man, I think that's a great show, man. If you like that horror comedy type show, this is definitely one for you, man. And every time the show ends, it leaves you wanting more. So you know, I really enjoy that show. What are some of the shows that you guys have been watching lately?
I do want to recommend the show I just watched the other day, Into the Badlands on AMC. Man, that is, like, I didn't know. I saw the trailers because I'm a Walking Dead fan, so they always show that during the show. And I was watching the trailer. I was like, it looks pretty interesting. Looks pretty good. I'll check it out. So I finally watched it, and it blew me away. The way they run this show is, I think it'll be on for a while. If you like a Quentin Tarantino type movie,
definitely,
like the violence, the blood, the graphic detail, somebody eye getting stabbed out with glass. If you like stuff like that, you will love Into the Badlands. The plot's not too bad. It's easy to follow along with, and it keeps you wanting to watch the show. You don't get bored. You're like, is something else going to happen? When's this going to happen? Because you don't know what's going to happen next.
So it's like a full on action type.
Yeah.
Martial arts, sword fighting and stuff.
Martial arts meets Mad Max meets Django.
So that sounds like a good movie, man. You might want to check out. And what about you?
Yeah, man, it was good. I checked out about the first 15 minutes because I fell asleep, man. It's not because it was boring or anything. It was a good show, man. But I was tired from work and everything, so
it was so good. You was dreaming about it, huh?
yeah, so it was so good, man. I wanted
that good.
to
He's
put
gonna
myself
go
in the
back
show.
and watch it again.
There you go.
That's
there
right.
you go.
That's right. No, but it was good when the time I was up. So.
Any more TV shows or movies or anything that you guys seen lately that you would want to recommend? And if y'all have any things to recommend to us, man, y'all can hit us. Like I said, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on Facebook. You know, whatever. Send us a message. Whatever y'all need to do. If y'all have anything y'all want us to look at, critique, talk about, whatever, you can hit us up too. But has there been anything that you guys have seen recently that you could recommend or that you didn't like?
Nothing I've seen recently, but I do want to see that new movie Creed that's coming out on 25th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks dope.
I think that'll be something good to check out. I was always a big Rocky fan,
Yeah.
and when Apollo went down, I was hurt.
Now we're going to talk about the Rocky stuff. What did y'all think about Rocky Balboa? That movie Rocky Balboa. What did you think about that?
I thought it was a good movie.
I thought it was a good movie too, man.
Now see, now here's my thing. I thought it was a good movie too, but for some reason it seemed like it didn't get the pub that a lot of people like. And I'll tell you the part I loved about the movie, man, because I'm
wait a minute. You talking about the last Rocky that he fought in?
Yeah, the last one.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No, because he's past his prime.
Well, you missed out.
It was
you missed
good,
out.
man.
I thought it was good.
It's like watching a grudge match.
Hey, that's a good movie too, man. Come on, man.
That was dry as hell.
It's a good movie, man.
I don't want to watch that.
I mean, it's like two old men fight, man. It's good. It's like grumpy old men.
Rocky, when I started falling off on the Rocky series was when they had he fought Terry. What was his name?
I don't remember, man.
It was after the Russian when he fought the Russian.
Oh, God, I know you.
Tommy
Tommy
Morrison.
Guns.
Or what was it? Tommy Morrison.
Fought Tommy Morrison. That
Tommy
was
Morrison,
the
there you go.
worst of all the Rockies.
Yeah.
And I stopped watching. And then you go into the Rambo series. When he came back as Rambo, when he was 60-something years old, I didn't want to see that.
Hey man, there was a lot of explosions in that movie, man. I thought that was decent.
Okay, look at it's just like the Terminator movie, man.
Exactly.
Old
I didn't watch that last Terminator either.
But you know
I
what?
didn't watch it.
But those guys still have staying power. I mean, especially if you've seen any of the Expendables movies, man.
Oh yeah, that's
people
fine.
love
You
them
get them all
movies because
together.
it's kind of like that remix.
It's the nostalgia.
Right.
You love to see old people come back together and relive their
It's
glory
like the
days.
old school, man.
It's like a collaboration, kind of like We Are the World type deal, man. You got all these superstars in one little
I'm
movie.
fine with that, but you can't bring back a character that you played when you was in your 20s and you're 60-something odd years old trying to play that same person.
I hear you, but like the thing I liked
It's a
about
hero, man.
Yeah, the thing I liked about Rocky Balboa though, man, I think that at the end, man, when you had like the ESPN coverage and he was in the ring and all that, and even after the fight, to me that was like the most realistic fight scene in a movie, man. Even though, like I say, we all know it was phony.
Wait a minute.
But the whole thing around it, man, it was up to date. It wasn't corny, in my opinion.
You know, I always thought that the scripted fighting in Rocky wasn't the best. But I would say Rocky Balboa, I did see a clip of when he fought, it was Antonio Tarver.
Yeah,
that was the worst play fighting I've ever seen in my life. And you had a professional boxer in
But
the
I'm
ring
not
with you.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the whole atmosphere around it, man. Like I said, they had ESPN. They had the dudes from HBO.
I'm not worried about that.
To me, that was the most realistic fight.
It was more realistic when he fought Apollo Creed and Clubber Lang.
Right. Here's the thing though, Rocky Balboa, he knew he was old.
Right. Yeah.
He knew his time was up.
Exactly.
He knew. I mean, it wasn't like he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come back and destroy this guy." He knew he was done.
Yeah.
I guess I had.
I don't know, man. I
liked it, man.
Yeah, I did too.
I liked that movie. So it is, you know. But like I said, Creed coming up soon, man. You know, hopefully it'll be a decent flick. You know,
the new Star Wars too. I want to check that out.
Yeah.
That looks decent too.
I just hope in Creed he has to come out like his dad did though.
Yeah. We talking about living in America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They died after that song.
Yeah. I was gonna say that was Apollo Creed right there.
Yeah.
If they don't do that, it's gonna ruin the whole movie.
Yeah, and he got to wear them shorts, man.
Yeah.
The red, white, blue shorts.
It's the shorts. But I don't want
hat,
to
man.
die after listening to James Brown.
I don't think he's gonna die, man. It's the first movie, man. It's the first movie. They can't kill him off in the first movie.
Yeah, man. That's gonna be the next.
How many black people died in the beginning of the movie?
Well,
be honest about that.
Apollo, you know what? Apollo lasted a couple movies, man.
He did.
But Apollo died in
Yeah, but
Rocky
what-
4 in the beginning.
It don't matter, but he still lasted, man.
He died to a juiced up Russian.
Carl Weathers,
That was a big
a.k.a.
Russian,
Action Jackson, a.k.a. Anthony Tart. Anyone who knows this man knows what I'm talking about. He lasted. And this is the one thing I always forgot, man. Y'all know Rocky lost in the first one, right?
Yeah,
at
that's
the,
why I
at
like
the end of the
it,
fight,
because he
Rocky
didn't
lost.
win all the time.
That was great. I thought that was great when he was like, there's going to be no rematch. Right? I thought that was great that Rocky actually lost. Because you get pumped up with this dude the whole movie, and then at the end, he loses, man. But anyways, Y'all got any other movies? Any recommendations? Anything else?
No, that's about it. Nothing else I can think of that I want to see. I haven't really seen much lately.
Yeah. If not, I just want to say this, man. And
wait a minute. If you are a fan of Comedy Central, I recommend Black Jesus.
I think I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes of that.
I love that show. I've been hooked on it ever since my brother-in-law came and we watched it. I've been hooked on Black Jesus. It's funny. Don't take it too serious because it's a comedy.
Yeah.
I am religious. I do believe in God. I am a Christian. But Black Jesus is very funny and very entertaining to me. Charlie Murphy, Slink Johnson, the whole crew, the whole cast, John Witherspoon. I love the show, man. I watch it every Friday. If I don't watch it, I'll record it. And I'll just go back and I'll just sit there and laugh for hours.
Yeah, that's it. I've seen a little bit of it, man. It was pretty funny. I'd actually forgot about it, but that was a decent show. But like I said, you know, we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode of the Just Us Show, man. It was another great time, and I want to say, man, I appreciate you coming through, man, and helping us out, man. That's a great thing for us, man. So I just want to say I appreciate that. But once again, y'all can hit us up on Twitter. Y'all can hit us up on Facebook. By any means, you know, like I said, send us whatever questions you may have, any comments.
Critiques.
Critique, yeah. I mean, any critiques. If you think that, you know, if you think I'm too loud, if you think Von needs to speak up, if you want to hear more from Ant, you know, whatever the case may be. If you think we don't know what we're talking about, whatever it is, man, send it to us. Let us know what you think out there, man, because we do it for us, but we also do it for y'all, man. You know, we want to send out something that's quality that make y'all want to keep coming back and listen to whenever we do it. So I just want to say thank you for that.
In my closing statements, I want to go into what we may touch on next week. Being that Woody made that bold prediction that the Lakers will end the Golden State Warriors winning streak.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
We will discuss that, and we will discuss how I'm right, and the Lakers will not do that. And we'll also go into the Cowboys and Carolina game that we played on Thanksgiving, because I happen to think that Carolina will continue at 11-0, while certain people say that, oh, they don't want to come to play because they're playing on Thanksgiving. Last time I checked, all teams were playing on Thanksgiving. The teams that had to play on Thanksgiving had to play. I don't think one wanted to win more than the other because they didn't want to be there.
That's an asinine statement. If anybody knows who that is, y'all know who he's talking about. But one last thing, Ant, what's your prediction for the Oakland Raiders? I know you're a big Raiders fan. What's your prediction? Are they gonna overtake the division and make the playoffs this year? What do you think, man?
Man, you know what? It's tough because they were looking good for a while, man. They're putting up points. And I haven't seen them put up that much points in 12 years. And we sucked for 12 years, so we're actually getting something good. We got a quarterback that's actually doing something. We got a coach that's actually putting some stuff together. So, you know, we're starting to slip a little bit, but I'm hoping that we can get at least a wild card spot. I mean, make some noise in the playoffs, you know, maybe get a surprise team in the playoffs. So I'm hoping to do something out.
It can happen, man. It's a crazy year. But we'll go ahead and stop right there, man. Y'all enjoy Monday Night Football. Happy Thanksgiving and all that. If y'all don't hear from us again, look forward to coming back next week for another episode. You know, we're going to talk about my bold prediction, how I was right. You know, I know y'all out there that think I'm wrong. We'll see next week. But once again, if y'all got any last thing y'all want to say?
No, that's it.
I just want to say thank y'all for having me. Hopefully this won't be my last time.
Oh, definitely won't, man. Definitely coming back. But we appreciate y'all, man. Just Us Show once again. Peace.